A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Patience is a key that unlocks the door to success. When the winds of change blow, some build walls, while others build windmills. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. A wise man adapts himself to circumstances, as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help others. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. The best time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. A diamond with a flaw is worth more than a pebble without imperfections. A closed mind is like a closed book, just a block of wood. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. A fall into a pit, a gain in your wit. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. Dig the well before you are thirsty. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. The palest ink is better than the best memory. Do not fear going forward slowly. Fear only to stand still. If you want to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. The person who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. A single conversation with a wise man is better than 10 years of study. It is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. The person who says something is impossible should not interrupt the person who is doing it. The temptation to quit will be greatest just before you are about to succeed. A book holds a house of gold. The tongue can paint what the eyes cannot see. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. A mistake is a lesson, not a loss. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. If you want to find happiness, find gratitude. A sharp tongue does not mean you have a keen mind. A wise man learns more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. When anger rises, think of the consequences. The greater the storm, the brighter the rainbow. The person who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. When you drink the water, remember the spring. He who asks a question is a fool for 5 minutes. He who does not ask a question remains a fool forever. Do not be afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing.